What's up, everybody? We're back again. It's episode 173. Nate is back in the house, and what better day to come back than on his birthday? It's actually, when you listen to this, it's the day after his birthday, but when we're recording, he's got that sweet mustache rocking, and it's his, I think he turns 21 today. So happy birthday. Happy birthday, Nate. How old are you, Nate?
27.
27.
Years young. So
wow.
I'm kind of getting closer to the point where I can try and shoot my age on 9 holes. I mean, I can technically do it now, just be pretty impressive.
Very impressive.
But yeah, 27, feeling good.
What a week for Nate.
Yeah, he's closed on a home.
Well, yeah, man.
We talked about that. We said that's why you were skipping out on us.
More like real pretty big baby scans, baby milestones we're hitting. We're rolling on along there, and it's big. It's big.
First pod from this
first pod from the new abode.
Yeah,
Nate, you need to turn the computer on, let people know how new you are into this house.
Yeah, let me just show you how there's nothing up here. This is so this is kind of fun. This is a little fun fact for you guys.
That's the picture he sent us. He goes, "I'm ready." I started to send back from prison.
From Dadbod prison.
This is upstairs. And my wife is, we had this little condo and she would just be hanging out with me, but now I'll probably be podcasting alone from here on out, like you guys do.
Yeah.
So it's about to get raunchy. I am about to say some explicit things. Now that my wife is not in the room.
Love it. Speaking of raunchy, you can go drop some stanky raunchy bets on the number one betting website in the whole wide world, Bet Online. It's crazy. They got lines for literally everything. You could have bet on golf today. You can bet on the NBA playoffs. You can bet on hockey. You can bet on anything. And then if you get tired of betting on sports, you can go play virtual craps. You can play some Caribbean stud. You can play blackjack with a 21 bonus. You can play it all. They got a literally jack full casino ready to go. Use coupon code BLEAV, BLEAV. Get a 50% welcome bonus. You give them $100. They're going to give you 50 back free. So they got $150 to play with. To go maybe turn it into 0 real quick, or maybe turn it into 300. Who knows? That
depends on the night. I can tell you from experience. It just depends on the night.
That's why it's fun, because you never know. So check them out. Bet Online is where the game starts. Nate, happy birthday. There's been some big things. You've been gone for about a week now. Some big things happened while you were gone. Ben and I played Shoal Creek.
Didn't know that.
Yeah, I know you had no idea about that. But you said you had some things you wanted to ask us, wanted to talk about. Do want to say, I already said happy birthday, but definitely fired up for that. I know you got to play golf today on your birthday.
Yes.
Yeah, man, we missed you. So what's been going on? What do you want to talk about?
I missed you guys. Moving it's a weird thing. You're super excited to get a new house, but moving is like, it's the most miserable thing that you can do.
I would rather be beaten.
The bad part is you went from your condo to this. I know you had stuff in storage, but after you live in this house a while and you decide to sell it, make a little investment money, you're going to accumulate so much crap into this house that the next move is going to really suck.
And what also sucks is that, like, I feel like I worked my absolute ass off moving all week, and I still paid movers $800 to do like the rest of it.
But you needed them. You needed them bad.
Yeah, I needed them. Yeah, no doubt. But like, I feel like I worked every bit as hard as they did, and I was like, yeah, don't you feel like I should get something for the effort?
Yeah, you also tip me.
Yeah. Yeah, because I'm paying them by the hour, so like every minute's ticking off the clock is like, oh, that was just $2.
Let me tell you,
$120 an hour.
Listen, let me tell you why, Nate. This shows you how good of a friend Nate is. Okay.
Oh, this is perfect. Yes.
Nate,
I know where you're going with this.
Doesn't break the number one rule of friendship. The number one rule of friendship is do not ask a friend to help you move. That's the number one rule. That's the number one rule of friendship.
Especially two guys that have trucks. Like, he didn't ask either one of us, and we both got trucks.
We could have been very valuable. But Nate is a true friend. I think the most he asked me to do was to borrow some space where he could help stage some things, and that was awesome. He brought my kid a toy. They had a very very emotional moment. It was great.
Yeah.
So Nate, very proud of you. That was the number one rule of growing up and friendship, and you passed.
Thank you, Nate.
I was like scared to death to ask you if I could use a 10x10 spot in your garage for 24 hours. Like, I hope this is not imposing, but I'll move the stuff in there. Just watch me.
Yeah, exactly.
You carried like one shirt, like from my car to the garage.
And all I did was eyeball the stuff that I wanted to have.
Yeah. And then all of a sudden I started getting texts, be like, hey, that's Scotty Cameron cover. Like, do you use it?
Putterhead cover. Can I just have it? Actually, for letting you use? No, it wasn't like that. But I thought it. I did think that actually.
Yeah, so, I'm not shocked.
Shoal Creek, boys.
Yes.
So I've played it once. Now, I did not play it with a caddy. I played it with two kids that I think were kind of forced to play with me. Like, I was begging their dad to play. And then all of a sudden he's like, yeah, I'm going to get you set up. And I was expecting to play with this guy. And all of a sudden I'm playing with two. Like, I was probably 16 and they were in college, hungover, had no interest in being out there, especially not with some 16-year-old punk. But we just carried our own bags, played 18. It was fun. But I've also caddied at Shoal Creek for a tournament for some guys from England. So the guys from England, it took them about 27 holes, 18 on the first day, double bagging. 27 holes to realize that I had no idea what I was doing when it came to reading greens. Like, they'd ask for me to read putts. And like, I'd give it my best shot. I wasn't trying to lead them astray. I'm like, also, these guys were 8 or 10 handicaps. So like, a read is only going to go so far as execution goes.
Right.
But I don't think I've ever told y'all this. I'm like, one of the guys asked me for a read and I like step behind him. And the other guy's like, kind of like, oh, no, I think I've got it. Like, I'll tell you. And then after that, he pulls me to the side and he's English, and I'm going to butcher his accent. He's like, yeah, we don't need that anymore. We're still going to pay you, but just carry the bag.
Oh, wow.
Pull me to the side and ask me to not read greens anymore.
Listen, Kyle was almost at that point.
Yeah,
we had 3 caddies. You were lucky to draw which holes you got a certain caddy because they rotate back. When they have 3, they do the 6, 6, and 6, where a guy double bags 6, 6, and 6. So or there's a guy gets to carry a single bag at least 6 holes. That's how it works. And so he got stuck with one guy basically for 12 holes.
Yeah.
Kyle did, and he got a lot of mistakes.
I'm gonna say there was. I don't know if it was language barrier or what.
No, but there was two holes in general where it was a bad miss. Like, even he looked at me and he was like, did I miss? I think I might have missed that one. But other than that, it was fun. It was fun.
On 11, Kyle, that's the same guy that Diego, my caddy, told me. He said, you got 200 to the water.
Yeah.
And I said, okay. So I hit a 5-iron because I'm like, there's no way that I'm hitting it in the water with a 5-iron.
And then my guy was like, oh, it went in.
Yeah. And then his guy goes, it went in. I go, it went in.
Yeah.
And he goes, yeah. And they're brothers. And he goes, yeah, it's in the water. And I turn and look at Diego, and Diego goes, there's no chance. And I was like, there can't be. There's no way I hit it. It's not downhill. It's not downwind. It's just a straight shot. The ground's wet. So I was like, there's no way. And then we get up there, and I'm 20 yards from the water. He wasn't even close.
Yeah. I missed a pretty very makeable par putt on that hole. That was the worst. It was of all the reads, that was by far the worst one. It was outside. He put me on outside right. I hit on outside right. It broke further right. And so then I put it on outside left, and it just broke right into the hole. So, but other than that,
he had a tough hole, that hole. That was tough. He had 2 tough calls on that.
That was a tough one.
So the last day, we stayed with the same guys the whole time, these guys from England, but they're playing with different groups. So the last day, this other group has got this caddy, and he is like, Mr. Standing up, permission to carry on to the fairway, please, sir. I'm like, good gracious. He's like 50. And he's giving him reads.
We got a little freezing action. We got to break the new house in.
Oh, sir.
There you go. There he is.
It was wild.
So start that whole story.
We totally missed that story.
Froze up.
You guys were frozen before this. I don't know. This whole upstairs thing may end soon if my Wi-Fi's not good enough.
No, we're good. So you said
Where'd y'all leave me? Where'd you find
Right
me?
after
Literally,
he-
you said they're 50, or this guy's 50, and then you like froze, and then you can't. You go, yep. And so that was that. And we were like, okay, missed the whole story.
So he would track around the hole, and then he'd be like 70% speed, fourth right quadrant, 6 inches past, 4 inches right, done. And they'd be like, "Oh well, this guy's so cool. He's like a scientist."
I know exactly what that means.
I have no idea what that means.
Yeah, he's like fourth quadrant. What the are you talking about?
Yeah. Fourth quadrant. What are we're doing statistics now? What is this?
Yeah.
What is going on?
Yeah, it was wild.
No, like when I got a caddy, this is a little, I like to be coached, by the way. If you ever play with me and we're like, it's a team,
Coachable.
if it's a team thing, like I will literally, like, you can club me and I'll trust you. Like I want to be coached. So he would shoot the flag and basically give me the flag yardage. And then we had to like work ourselves to where he wanted me to hit it. Like, I just want you to say, hit the 7-iron or hit it. I want you to hit it 185 shot. I want you to hit a 185 shot, or say hit the 7-iron or hit the 6-iron or something like that. We did a lot of chatter to get to that number. So I was like, okay, so what yardage do you want me to hit this? Or what yardage should I hit this? He go, 145, something like that. I mean, he was right. He was right on it, but I was like, it took a lot to get there.
Yeah, but see, Diego was much better, Nate, because Diego, he'd shoot it, but let's just use that same. It's 175. He'd shoot it, be like 175. He goes, this is a 185 shot.
Yeah, that's
like,
perfect. That's what
that's what he he
wouldn't
try
really
to
cool sunglasses too. I like.
He
Diego.
did. He didn't try to like pull your clubs for you because he knew he didn't know what would hit, but he would give you the yardage that you needed. He'd shoot it and he'd say 165, and then he would walk over to you and he'd be like, you need to play at 185 because wind's interfacing and stuff uphill. So he was great. And yeah, we just hate getting stuck with the other. The other guy was good. He should have just toted the bag and not try to give advice.
I will tell you that when you go into that little caddy barn, that little caddy area, or whatever, that is, you want to talk about a little hodgepodge. You want to talk about some hobnobbing that you have never heard before. There is a 90-year-old black man and a 40-year-old Irish dude who are like arguing about European rugby. It is wild.
Oh, I love it.
It's a crazy place.
I want to go. I wanted to go.
I really would like to go hang out there. That sounds like I just want to be a fly on the wall.
Yeah, when we went, when we were down at Stream Song, the caddy barn was legit one of the pimpest place on the property. Because we asked our caddy, because we saw them down there, like when they go down and they park down, because they park them like away from everybody. And I was like, what do you guys have down there? Because it looked like there was a deck on the outside of it that went completely around it. And he was like, wow. He said, we got pool table, foosball table, got card tables. We got beer and wine in there. They won't let us have like hard liquor, but there's beer and wine and sodas and Gatorade and all that kind of stuff, whatever you want. And I was like, sweet. Yeah, that's a place to hang. The caddy barn is a place to hang, man.
And if you don't think that they go into the caddy barn and just absolutely talk massive shit about their guys afterwards,
there's no doubt. Yes, there's no doubt.
That's funny.
I just couldn't hit out of a shadow.
That's exactly what they were saying about me for the first 5, 6, 7 holes.
I'd love to know what they said about me afterwards.
I wish you could play golf before. He didn't even know distances. I wish
that only the caddy master knew that,
and like it was recorded, and you could pay extra for it, like just to hear the conversation about. So like they do like a post round breakdown. And he's like, okay, guys, tell me about the round. How did it go? How are your guys? And then it's like recorded and they have no idea about it. Talk about value added. Wow. And then I buy it and then cut it up and then like have the clips that are making fun of y'all or something like that. And then I send them to you like a little bit at a bit. That would be, that would be classic.
That would be phenomenal.
Hey, private clubs, write that down. That's a good one. That's
just
a good
burn
one.
Burn a little CD and send it to you. But
yes.
Send you a little jump drive. Yeah, absolutely. Share you on a Google Drive or something.
Like a little hidden camera in the corner of the caddy barn. You
no doubt. Yes,
they just rip you apart.
They do it like the COVID year when they wouldn't let interviewers. They just go stick them in a room and let them talk to the camera and just record it. Like there's no interviewer or anything. They just go in there and they do a debriefing of their
like
round.
The real world.
Yeah,
like the real world, the diary room. Yeah, that's exactly what it'd be like. Exactly what it'd be like. But we miss you, Nate. We started a quest. Did you hear about the quest that we're starting?
I listened to most of the episodes, but no.
No. All right. So the quest is that the Dad Bod Golf Pod is going to conquer the top 10 in Alabama. So
okay, well, I saw the text.
Yeah, so the text is the top. So we got to play all of those.
We may not get all 10 in this summer, but we'll get a lot of them because our course is going to be shut down. So it will definitely get the public ones in, and I'm working on a couple of the private ones right now. So hopefully we can have some of those in, but that'll be a blast. And
great content.
Shoal and maybe like one or two of the others are going to be the only ones that we're not going to be able to get a lot of video content. But I think the rest of them, we should be able to get some pretty good video content in and do some stuff. So should be a blast. So stay tuned for that. The quest for the top 10 in Alabama, the Dadbod Golf Pod
has begun.
Is going to take it.
You will appreciate this. And I won't say his name again because I don't know if he wants to be called out or not. But the member we play with, of course, they tell you they don't want you on your phones while you're out there.
Yeah.
They definitely mean talking. They're okay with you taking pictures. Everybody knows you're going to take pictures, like on 14 picture that Kyle had posted on Dad, but like that's the one. It's like the signature hole by the clubhouse that is a big drop off. So, and other scenic ones, but they don't really want you on your phone. And I'll never forget one of the first times I played, like he stressed all the way up there. He's like, don't be on your phone. Don't be on your phone. Don't be on your phone. We're going walking down number one. He's got his phone out. He's like going after and
the member?
So I was like,
the member.
So I was kind of like, and then one of the other guys, John that was playing with, he's like, I guess when you pay to get in this place, you can use your phone whenever you want. But if you're a guest,
don't use your phone.
Don't use your phone.
Speaking of phones, Nate sent us a pregame, just electric pregame speech. We played it for the guys that we were with, and they got fired up too. Yeah, we played it. And Sep Straka. We played it for Sep Straka. We were like, hey, Sep
Straka was there. Yeah,
hey, big guy, come over here. I got a voicemail for you.
It was electric.
I still can't get over how big that dude is.
Yeah, it was electric. There were some classic lines in there like I hate both of you, but that's why we're friends, because I love you. Stuff like that.
I don't know if you can play it on the air. I think there was some.
It's just a regulation golf course. It's 18 holes. There's fairways, there's screens, there's bunkers. Don't let the course get too big for it. It was good. It was classic.
It was phenomenal.
I want to say, you know what? I want to say it made an impact. It made an impact on me.
Yeah, it made an impact because you get the choice at the end. Do you want to keep or erase it? Because the voice text is always keep or we kept it. We're keeping it.
Yep, keeping that one forever. Keeping that one forever.
It's a big one for me too.
Yep. So speaking of keeping stuff forever, if you shop at Swannies.co, you will want to keep anything you buy on there for absolute ever. And you can use coupon code DADBOD Golf Pod -25, take 25% off literally any order until they tell us to stop. Nate, what is that, the Marco Polo that you have on?
I don't ever really know the names.
I don't know the names either, Kyle.
I look so damn good.
I think it's the Marco Polo, and
Kyle remembers like all the names of them. He's like, "Is that the?"
Do you have the Johnson on right now? Yeah. Is that the Johnson?
I know the Blaine Polo. That's it. That's the only one I know. That's the Blaine Polo.
Yeah. Well, Nate's got it.
It's an awesome polo. It's like the solid color with the flowery collar and button. It looks absolutely phenomenal. Everything they got there is great. They got I just got some shorts recently, and y'all have seen them. They're great. The Davis shorts. They got a navy and a charcoal. It's getting summer, getting a little bit warmer. They got shorts. They got polos. They got everything. Tons of hats too. Tons of hats. If you're a hat guy, they got a bunch of them. Check them out. Swannies.co. Use coupon code DADBODGolfPod -25. Take 25% off every order from now until the end of time. Swannies.co. Big sponsor of Blaine. Several guys that played in the Corn Ferry event in Huntsville this week. They're growing. They're trying to make an impact, and they're doing a really good job. So check them out. Swannies.co. All right. Moving on, Jon Rahm wins this the Mexico Open or whatever it is he won today. Mexico something. This is the tournament that used to be Doral, I believe. It was the Mexico Open, actually. So I was being funny, and that's actually what it was. The tournament that used to be,
you said it.
Not that funny.
The tournament at Doral that got moved to Mexico, and then they ended up moving it because from the Florida swing to here. So it's one of those in-betweener events because there's some good tournaments coming up. So there was some good names in it. They're also just like, your everyday guys trying to make it on tour, go out and get some points. And Jon Rahm wins. So big for him. He's had sort of a dry spell for a while. And one thing I wanted to talk about, he did an interview afterwards, and I may be dumb for this. I may be overreacting, but he put out an interview. They interviewed him afterwards, and this was a quote from it. I'm going to read it. It said, I like to think every time I tee up, I'm the favorite. I play to win. Okay.
Oh, nice.
That's a sound. Sounds like it was a total ripoff of Tiger Woods.
Yeah, that's exactly.
But I want to ask you. I want to ask this question. Okay. There's no doubt Jon Rahm is really good at golf. Okay.
Yeah.
Won the U.S. Open. He's got all the shots. He's a good putter. But, at the end of the day, is that quote a little bit over the top? Has he done anything to really back it up?
Did his quote say he feels like he's the favorite?
Yeah. It says,
yeah, that's over the top.
It says, I like to think every time I tee it up, I'm the favorite.
Yeah, that's
play
not
to
true.
win. So
they all play to win. There's not one guy that showed up there just hoping not to win,
except for Kevin Kisner.
Yeah, because they pay a lot for 20th place.
Pay a lot, 20th place. Yep.
No, I mean, I guess my question is Jon Rahm overrated, underrated, properly rated? Is this quote a little bit? Is it a little bit over the top? Does it kind of jive with the way he's played this year or played in the past? Like, any takeaways from it, I guess, or is it just just one of those things that?
No, I think he's over the top with the. I feel like I'm the favorite, because I don't feel like that's true at all. I mean, not every tournament. I mean, maybe some of the tournaments he is, especially when he plays in the Mexican Open that, I think Finau was his biggest competition, and he threw up a score today, by the way, which was pretty awesome. Yeah. And maybe he'll get something going, but I didn't like that part. The whole, playing to win. I think, I mean, I know we talked about the Kisner thing, but I think they all kind of feel that way. Like they're going out there trying, but then again, you get to that point where you go from I'm playing to win to I'm trying to make the cut right now so I can get a little extra money. And then then you're like, I'm just going to try to, grow up the leaderboard so I can make a little extra money. Cause I get his mindset, but he's come across before, they talk about him being Rambo, come across as being a jerk. It came across as a jerk type quote, in my opinion.
Yeah. Nate, what do you think?
I'm going to stick by the old Rambo here. He's the number 2 player in the world. If you look at just look at the statistics of the betting odds of any tournament he plays in, there's a good chance he's going to be the betting favorite or in the top 2 or 3. If you do a draft with any of your buddies for any golf tournament that Jon Rahm plays in, he's going to be in the first 3 or 4 picks. I mean,
is that recency bias?
I don't care if it's a major. No, I mean, I would have said this before today. I feel like I would have said this before today. Is he a little bit cold kind of this year? I mean, I was looking at his stats. He's got a couple of Century Tournament Champions. He was a second place finish. No, excuse me. Yeah, second place finish.
Century, yeah.
He was tied for 3rd at the Farmers. He was top 10 Waste Management, and then he hasn't done. I mean, he was top 10 in the Dell match play.
Yeah. But
going back to last year with the U.S. Open there was a time where he teed it up where he was unstoppable. I just don't think. I don't think you can be. I think you can be really, really freaking good at golf. And right now, it just seems streaky. Like Scotty Scheffler is the favorite right now. Like I don't care if it's a Friday 2-2 or it's the PGA Championship. You'd be an idiot to bet against Scotty Scheffler right now.
Yeah, because I will say, going back to Rahm, when last year, you remember when he was on his hot streak last year when he should have won at Memorial, but they made him leave because of COVID, and then he ends up winning the what was the next week or 2 weeks after that was the PGA, the one he won.
Yeah, the U.S. Open.
U.S. Open. I think it was 2 weeks after that. He won the U.S. Open. And at that point, we were talking about, like, because we did the pod, we were like, do you take Rahm versus the field? And it's like, yep, I'm taking Rahm. Like, I think then he was the favorite. And even though Nate brings up a good point, he has had some good finishes. I mean, he's had top 10s. He's been in 3rd. He's finished 2nd. right now, I think it's wide open. Scheffler right now is the favorite. I mean,
yeah, but Scheffler hasn't ever said anything like that. Let me phrase this question a different way. Why is it that when guys like, and maybe I'm the only one that feels this way, but like when guys like Jon Rahm or guys like Brooks Koepka say things along these lines, it's like irritating. But when guys like Jack Nicklaus or Tiger Woods say it, we just think it's badass. Why is that?
Is there anybody who's pissed off about them saying it back before
I'm sure there was tons.
Because Jon Rahm and Brooks Koepka are not the same classification of golfer as Tiger Woods and Jack Nicklaus.
Maybe that was a bad comparison, but I guess go ahead.
In 2017, Jon Rahm won the Dubai Irish Open to get into the top 10 in the world golf rankings for the first time in 2017. And he hasn't left yet.
He hasn't left.
That's 5 years of being in the top 10. I think in my opinion, you get to say just about whatever you want to, especially right now you're number 2. I mean, you were number 1 up until the point that Scottie Scheffler went on a historical run.
Mm-hmm.
So I think he now Koepka, screw that guy. If Koepka says, hey, I feel like I may break par today, you know what? Calm down, all right? Pipe down with all this cockiness, big guy.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's purely because I like Jon Rahm, okay? I mean, if Brooks Koepka was the number 1 player in the world and he came out and said, man, I think I'm going to be the favorite, I'd be like, screw you, you little piece of shit asshole.
For some reason, though, I liked Jon Rahm up until that quote. I don't know why.
That one rubbed you wrong, huh?
That one turned me completely the other way. Now I hope he never wins again. I don't know why. I don't know why.
What if Rory said that? If Rory said that, you would have so much blood rushing to.
That's because Rory's never gonna say that,
and he's never gonna be that. He's never gonna be the favorite. He's washed up.
Maybe Rory needs to say. Maybe Rory needs to have that attitude, and that'll help him. But I don't know. Scottie Scheffler, he's just won 4 times in 6 starts. Jumped to number 1 in the world, and he has sort of like an appreciative aw shucks mindset.
And he's playing board games with his wife after the tournament.
And then Rahm kind of has been that the whole time until then. Until just now. And it's like you just win the Mexico Open that you shot 2 under today and to go into a playoff, and you had to go win it in a playoff where the 2 guys that you played against shot 63. 63 and hawked you down. You did win it in the playoffs, so kudos. But killer, I don't know. For some reason, it just rubbed me the wrong way. And maybe I'm just way off that. Let me ask you
this, because you're the one that saw this quote first. Was this post round or was this pre round?
Post round.
Yeah, that's a dick thing to say.
Yeah, you just won the Mexico Open, which is awesome. Any win on the PGA Tour is all great, but
no, but that's the difference. Like, let's say Tiger and Jack, you compared them. So take the classification part out. They would say that going into tournaments.
Okay,
you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You just came off of a win. I feel like I'm the favorite every time. Yeah, you just won. I got
you're riding high kind of thing.
I think the number 2 player in the world gets to say it, but if Bryson or Brooks was the number 2 player in the world and they said it, then
then screw those guys. Like Brooks literally quoted what Jack said about majors almost verbatim, and I hate Brooks for it, and I don't even care that Jack said I want to fight him in the face, and I can't. And if Jack said it, and I don't even care. I actually think it makes sense when Jack says it. It's like, you know what? When you really think about it, it makes sense. But when Brooks says it, I'm like, you know what? Screw that. Arrogant prick.
It's got to be so tough for these guys because everybody wants them to be like, yes, dude, be a champion, get fired up. And they're like, yeah, dude, I'm the favorite. And everybody's like, well, dude, pipe down. Just chill the hell out, bro. Okay. We're paying you in pesos. Right,
golf is weird, man.
I will say this, and I don't really have a dislike of Jon Rahm. I'm not like a huge Rahm fan, but I don't hate him like Kyle does now for some reason. But there are some people that really don't like him, and which is kind of odd because the things that I've heard other players say about him, like Pat Perez says that he's the best golfer on tour.
Yeah, he does. I've heard him say it.
There are other tour people, other tour pros do think he is the best. Pat
Perez says that Pat Perez is the best.
No, he says
Jon Rahm.
Jon Rahm is the best. He was like, that kid can do anything.
But
And
also, they
that's-
both live in Arizona and they play golf together, so they're buds. They're kind of buddies. But still, I know what you mean. I know what
Nobody's
you mean.
saying that about Rory.
It's true.
I'm sorry, man. I shouldn't wear him out, but I just
You want him to do so. You're like me. You just it comes from a place of love, is where it comes from.
because there was a
An
time
adoration.
that Rory, like every 17, 18, 20-year-old like me, we're all Rory.
Yeah.
And it's just like, what have we gotten? You know?
Oh yeah,
heartache.
he was the quote unquote, and I know that everybody
and a lot
likes
of heartache and Quail Hollow championships.
Everybody loves.
And I tell you what,
everybody loves to overuse that. You know, the next Tiger, which it's going to be tough to be a next Tiger.
Gary Scheffler.
That's what everybody's going to say, at least for now. You know, Spieth was that way, but Rory really was probably the closest thing, in my opinion, coming out. I was like,
because he did it young.
He did it young, and I was like, this dude, and he's healthy. He's got a good swing. He doesn't have a violent swing. He's got a good swing. He's got a beautiful swing, so it doesn't look like he's going to really get injured.
He's got a story.
He's never had major
story
injuries
from being young. Yeah.
And
so,
he seems like he wants it as bad as he did. There was a time,
he did.
Excuse me, not anymore.
And now it just seems like he's content with all the money he's made, and he does want to compete, but I don't know. I mean, I'm sure he's putting in work that we don't know about, but still, I think it's his attitude more than anything. I think there's no doubt he works hard.
Does he even practice anymore?
Probably not. Probably not.
Do you guys think he practices?
I do. I think he does. I just don't think
he does.
I just think he's too all shucks to be a killer and go.
I think his is more attitude than it is work ethic. Nate. Yeah. I think he still
but
puts
it sounds
the work
like
in.
Rahm is killer.
It does. I mean, he said when you say things like that, it means you think you are. You think you are.
I will say between the ropes. Some people have said he's a dick. Like when he's between the ropes, like he's not gonna chit chat with you. He's not gonna buddy you. You may not even get a good shot or nice putt or something like depending on who it is. I think like his buddies that he plays with, when he gets paired with them, you can hear him mumble some stuff, but for the most part, it's just he and his caddy. He is not focused on you at all.
Yep. All right. Moving on to the last topic. This one's kind of personal, I guess, to us a little bit. Local guy, Willy Wilcox, Birmingham, Alabama native. He's my age. We're born in the same year. Was a hot shot golfer coming out of college. Played at UAB. I think he transferred somewhere else, like Clayton State. Got on the Korn Ferry Tour, which was, I think, web.com at the time. Had a win there. Got to the PGA Tour. Won like $2.5 million. I remember being excited to go. He came, played in the Barbasol. Followed his career. The big thing I remember about him is he was one of the first big guys that always, or I say big guys, he was one of the first names that always used like a yellow ball. I don't know why. I thought that was cool. It was like his trademark. He always had a yellow ball. Shot a 59 on the Korn Ferry Tour in an event. Like big, good golfer, but he had
talent's there. Yeah.
Yeah. He had a dark side that not a lot of people knew about. He was a pretty hardcore drug addict. And struggled with substance abuse for like 20 years, straight out of college. A lot of it was, coping with the limelight and whatnot, being on the road as a child, basically a child, and making tons of money. Just really, really struggled to the point where he lost everything. Like he was out of golf. Then he just became like a Twitter personality. He would just comment on golf events, but for the most part, he was in and out of, what do they call it? Benders and whatnot, like just going, going off the deep end. And then recently, like within the past year, he's gone through rehab and he's become sober, which is awesome for anybody that deals with addiction to kind of conquer that mountain and kind of be able to kick it. He's, for the most part, I think he's been sober for quite a while now, and he's decided, hey, I'm getting back into golf, which is really cool. Like it's like one of those movie script type deals. Well, this weekend he played in an Emerald Coast Golf Tour. So if you're familiar with the Southeast, it's a mini tour that they play essentially all the way from like Biloxi all the way to like Panama City, all along the Gulf Coast. All those courses, Emerald Coast Golf Tour. doesn't have huge prizes, $4,000 or $5,000 is what you're looking at. If you win, basically you got to win any kind of money. Top 10, basically you break even. So gives you that pro feel, but just not a ton of money to be made. He goes out this week and wins his first pro golf tournament sober by 7 shots, and he does it in dramatic fashion with a albatross on 18. And sorry about that. Had a little computer reboot action with no warning whatsoever. So Ben or
yes.
Nate, any takes on the Willy Wilcox situation? Got any stories, anything like that you want to add to it?
Is it me or Ben?
Whoever wants to go, jump in.
Well, I'll just say I think that's super cool. I do remember seeing him out at Barbasol. It's interesting because golf doesn't have much of that, or at least not much of it comes to light. I mean, I don't know what all dark sides of guys that we don't know of, but
DJ's probably the only other one that comes to mind that had, and of course Tiger's got DJ Dustin Johnson.
Yeah.
He had his issues, and then of course Tiger had his pain med issues.
Right.
But other than that, you're right. And that's because those two guys are high profile names. You definitely don't hear about the Will Wilcoxes of the world unless they talk about it. And he's been very open on Twitter about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. As compared to some other sports, there just doesn't seem to be a lot of that, but it's cool. I love people who are open about their struggles like that. I love people who are own it. Now, that doesn't mean you have to, but when you can be open and honest about it, may be good
impact
for somebody else. Yeah,
absolutely.
Absolutely. That,
he's got his own podcast. It's called Tour Report, TURE, Tour Time, actually. TURE Time. They got a few episodes out, and he tells a lot of those type stories. Just a good dude, really pulling for him. And like, I know you've been thinking, oh, what a big deal. He won a scrub tournament. No, the guy he beat, his name's Michael Arnaud. He was a Korn Ferry Tour guy, former Korn Ferry Tour winner. And last weekend, Michael Arnaud beat Tyson Alexander in this 2-man tournament at AU Club.
Yep.
Came back and beat him. We watched him play. I watched him play several holes. So not Tyson, and Tyson Alexander's the guy who just won the last Korn Ferry event, not the one in Huntsville this week. He won the last one. So dude's not a scrub. There's good dudes everywhere that can play golf, and Willie is back. He's sober and he's winning, and that's big. And I'm loving this, and I'm loving to see. I'd love to see exactly where he goes. He also, I think this is cool. He's one of the big faces of this new golf brand called Sub 70. It's kind of like Birdie Golf Designs. They're trying to buck the trend of the big box stores and go straight to consumer. So they're tour quality clubs, clearly, and you can get them for without paying. You're basically paying for the marketing for the other guys.
Before you got cut off, I don't know if you heard me. His mom played at Auburn and graduated from Auburn too, so he's got a local tie here for this area.
There's some local flavor there too. So he got him a big check.
I'm sure Kim Evans knows who she is. I mean, I'd be willing to bet money she knows who she is. Yeah,
for sure. So he's got him a big check. He says it feels good to get a big check again. The big ones. That's my dream. My dream one day is to win one of those somehow. I don't know how it's going to happen, but
we'll buy one.
Happy used to keep.
We should just have one set up for the 2 and 2 on Thursday. It'll have like $8 on it.
That's amazing. And then put our Venmo in it, paid to the order of Kyle-Rush-7 on Venmo.
All of us standing on the 18th green on Thursday at 2:00.
That is amazing. That's actually amazing. And we'll be doing that all around the Lee County coming up soon.
Right. Every course we play at,
yeah.
Yep. So I kind of tease it. Last little shout out, Birdie Golf Designs, our club sponsor. Check them out, BYRD, i.e. Birdie Golf Designs. You can get a whole new set of blade tour quality blade irons and wedges for $500. You can get a full
cavity backs now.
And they just released their cavity backs. They're a little bit more expensive. There's also a custom option. If you want to go online, you want to pick your shafts, pick your grips, you can go online and work with Nick. And we got to get him on the show. We had some difficulties last time getting him on, We're going to get him on soon, help him talk about it. But yeah, use coupon code DADBOD22, take 15% off your club. So you can get a full set of bladed iron, like tour quality blades, 3 wedges, $500, and take 15% off of that. I don't even want to do that math, but it's pretty good savings. So yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So definitely check those guys out. They got cool hats. They got a super cool logo, and the irons look sweet. If nothing else, they look really damn cool. So be on the lookout for some videos and stuff of us playing with ours. So guys, it's great to have Nate back. Happy birthday, bud. We're proud of you becoming a man, got your first house. The baby train is just rolling right along. She's going to be coming along soon.
Yeah.
And we're fired up for you and fired up just to see where this continue to see where this show goes. Hey, we're coming up on a year. May is May. It's May 2nd. I think we started in June, so we're coming up on a year. So we're going to do a blowout. We got a big, stay tuned for, we're going to have some surprise major giveaways for the majors. I haven't even told the guys about this. You may check out the Hobnob if you want to. Subscribe to YouTube for the post-show Hobnob. You get all behind the scenes stuff. So we really appreciate it. See y'all on Wednesday for a Would You Rather Wednesday.
It's coming up on the anniversary of me almost dying.
Yeah, absolutely. It's yeah.
Thank goodness right. You almost did, or else I probably wouldn't have been on the show.
Yeah, Nate's had a week off to put together scenarios, and he is going to be coming in with some hot spitting fire. So
would you rather that he hasn't started on?
We are ready to go. I got a good one all ready for you. I'll share it with you later. But appreciate it, guys. Check us out Wednesday. Dadbud Golf Pod.
Always stroking.
We have giveaways,
and we're done. Yes, we're going to be partnering with the Locker Room for a major giveaways. And I haven't got all the details yet, but basically it's going to be one of those pick the winner. And if you pick the winner, you go into a drawing, and we're going to do like Nate, you did with the airport motors. You're going to have the big bucket with the names on it. And you're going to draw it. We're going to do video, and you're going to get a full outfit from Locker Room, like full golf outfit, like polo, shorts, belt, hat, everything.
When the hell are they going to hook us up with that shit?
This is live right now, by the way. So they've definitely done stuff for us. Those guys help us out all the time. So maybe I'm just happy to be able to give the people that listen some free stuff. So I'm excited about that, and we'll be able to have some fun with that. But so that was a kind of a surprise. Y'all didn't know about that yet. I went and bought some gear for the Shoal Creek trip, and we talked about it while I was there.
He left his tag on too, Nate.
Did I?
Remember
did you buy Peter Millar gear?
Yeah, I bought a vest, and I forgot to take the tag out.
He bought a Peter Miller vest.
I cut the tag out on the ride there.
Hey, Pete Millar.
I cut the tag out on the way there.
That's the one thing that we didn't talk about very much, Nate, that Kyle texted me like the night before. He had his outfit laid out. Actually, I think it was 2 days before he had his outfit laid out.
I called an audible.
He did. He switched pants. He didn't wear the pants he was going to wear, which is a little disappointing because I like the pink pants better, but whatever. We'll get those out of him next time, maybe.
I thought it looked pretty good.
No, you look good. You look great. Played well.
I saw Kyle. I don't know if he told y'all. I saw him the night before and gave him a yardage book.
Yep.
Yes, he did. He did. He showed me the yardage book on the way up.
Did you write in it?
No, I didn't.
Was he supposed to?
I didn't want to mess it up.
There was like
you had some notes. You had notes. No, you had notes in there.
You had stuff in there.
Yeah, you wrote stuff in there like hit it straight down the fairway or something, or something like that. Like straight down the fairway or something like that.
It was just notes for me to tell my guy, like dead straight par 4. Hey, but if you split the fairway here, that's what we're going for.
I'll tell you what, the caddies, I noticed after every hole, or like a lot of times, they would write in their books. I would love to know what the hell they were writing in their books. Probably just stuff like to help them be able to learn like putts that they see people hit that they haven't seen yet or something like that.
I don't know why Diego did. Diego's only here for like a week or a month.
Maybe that's why they did that.
Maybe stories to tell. Be like, let me tell you about the old.
Or I know Diego wrote down
3 7-irons was a hit.
Ben said, "What club should I hit on a par 5?" And he said 3 7-irons. You're that far out. Did you hear that?
Awesome. You hear that part? Diego was hilarious. Diego was
350 out on a par 5, and he asked Diego what club to hit, and he told him 3 7-irons.
Well, no, I didn't. That was not how it started. It started with the caddy I had. Yeah. Langdon, I think was his name. Landon. And so I told Landon, I said, how far we
got Landon.
And he just kind of looked at me, and I said, how far we got? He goes, do you want me to shoot it? And I was like, I'm just messing with you, man. He said, oh, because I think it's like 320. I was like, I said, what club you think I should use? It's on a par 5. So then I'm telling Kyle about it, and Diego chimes in like while we're walking down the fairway, and Diego's like, that's 3 7-irons.
Yeah, it was good. All right, I'll let y'all go. I got to figure out how to put these 2 videos together. So
it's gonna be fantastic.
It's gonna take a minute. So peace. See y'all on Wednesday.
All right, boys.
Holla. Bye.
See y'all.